money back, woo! Money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all gang, so don't be talking sideways.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Washington Redskins. On the return, it's Alex Erickson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. A first down throw coming for Dalton. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Well, they get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Again, it's Mixon. Fighting through, and he's got space. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. 56 yards. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
The first carry now for Rob Kelly. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gate.
And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Dalton throwing on second down. Caught over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Dalton to his big target, Eifert, for the Cincinnati first. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Heavy. 52-44. Get ready for 57 over there. Lead.
It's second down. Dalton looking. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd.
57, you got 59 over there.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Mason Foster in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. From the left hash, this from 34. And Bullock will put this one through, and that will make our score 9-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Smith. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carlos Dunlap in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing is Smith. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Ross on the return. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out. Dalton here from the gun. He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
Hey, get ready for something coming left.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. From midfield here, Dalton. Throw left side complete. It's Boyd. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. They give him a gain of 38.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Dalton, 1st and 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
After the interception, here's Smith. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly. Oh, eluding the tackle. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a carry for P-Ryan. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out.
Let's go.
Again, this is Kelly. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Docks him with a grab over the middle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Smith on third down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Michael Johnson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. They're going to go for it. It's Smith. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Vontaze Burfict coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date,
All right, now, look at
go ahead and take your shot.
Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Check. Patriot. All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
First toss of the game here for the backup Barkley. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Leopard, set, 3-19. Detroit.
Here's Barkley. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Preston Smith in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on fourth down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep for the Redskins, Jamison Crowder. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. but they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
I said, right.
They'll hand it off to Kelly. And not much room there, so he'll get it up only to about the 21. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Jordan Reed has it. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. On 1st and 10, Smith. He's got his man. This is Jackson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run with Kelly. And an alley run. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19.
I got double.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins now is signaling a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Get ready for something coming left.
The final act of the first half, Dalton. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. after the incomplete pass. Here now is 2nd and 10. A final shot before break. Dalton going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touch. Back.
Let's settle in. Come on, we're good. Hey.
Well, the drive starts with Rob Kelly. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Smith. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey, get ready for something coming left.
2nd down, Dalton. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Side.
They'll give it to Mixon. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
44. Here you go.
To throw on second down. Dalton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
On the screen, Bernard. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Giovanni Bernard, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So now Dalton will lead the Bengals to the line as they'll come up and go for 2. Andy Dalton. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Bullock out now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Redskins. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Josh Dodson, touchdown, Washington. Josh Dodson, 75 yards. And the Redskins have made this a one-score game.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Here's Smith, throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed, near the goal line, two-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Hey, get ready for something coming left.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And the grab by Croft. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
3rd down from the gun, Dalton. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Andy Dalton now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
There you go. 93, 52, 93, 44.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Over here, over here. You're good. Heavy.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. That's complete to John Ross. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the play. Andy Dalton now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10.
368. Heavy. Clean. 59.
And that'll set him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Dalton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And Green with a catch left side. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play. Dalton to his favorite receiver, Green. 44 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dalton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Preston Smith in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Go on the ball. On the ball.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And a short return to the 6-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They run with it. It's Kelly. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
On third down, Kelly. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down. Here's Kelly on fourth down. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Turned away on fourth down is Rob Kelly. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
5-0.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Over here.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down. Now the Bengals on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is third down and 12. Passing. It's Dalton. And Eifert has it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They come out here in the eye. Here's a run with Mixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. So now Dalton will lead the Bengals to the line as they'll come up and go for 2.
93, 52, 93, 44.
Throwing, Dalton. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
How many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Michael Johnson in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Now it's Smith off the bootleg. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
52. 35.
On the run, it's Kelly. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. On third down, Smith. And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Smith now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Smith on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Snags it for the pick.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Here you go. 93, 52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go. Late.
Not running. Dalton wants to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So Dalton now. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
5-0. 368.
All right, here's Dalton. And this is going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Crowder now to return. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the two-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
52-93, 44.
They begin with a run by Mixon. And bulldozing his way through. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Oh, passing it. Dalton rolling to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
52-93, 44, 44. Hey. Go on the ball.
Big spot, Andy Dalton. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Over here, yes.
Dalton wants to throw. That's complete. Bernard. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. So now Dalton. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Swearinger. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. I'm surprised with the lead in a one-score game this late. They're even putting the ball in the air in that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had to have to give themselves a chance to be in.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.
In the broccoli dancing in my can you hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? All in my system, been the one I'm kissing. One might extensions that'll look like expeditions on. Man, it's too loud. Hit me in your city, cause when I start spitting too much drive, need some power steering, cruising to a better vision, y'all. Can you hear me now? 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 Mama, dirty the roads that I've traveled, but I'm on my way. Mama, trust all the steps on my journey, 'cause I'll be okay. I know it's gotta hurt when you know you could've had a president. Guess that I would rather be the man. Maybe one day I'll go back to school. Think I'm probably kidding, but I still mean it. They've been trying to screw me, but I've been a genius. Daddy looking more like home since I made moves. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Washington Redskins. The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And we are underway from Cincinnati. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here you go. 93, 52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go. Lady! Lady!
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. on the ground. This is Joe Mixon. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Hey. Here you go, Ken. Lean up.
Second down, Dalton. On the screen, Bernard. Room to run past midfield. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
First and 10 for Dalton. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A.J. Green, 35 yards. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This will be taken about the 12. Yet a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10. This is the first carry for Rob Kelly. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's Smith now on second down. Pass incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. It's brought in by Dodson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. This is Kelly. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Again, it's Kelly. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On third down, it's Kelly. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
On the carry is Kelly. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
This is Kelly. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now Smith. That is caught at the 7. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted. All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
He's going to get it running right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Chris Thompson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run here with Mixon. Oh, look at the juke. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play. And it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? They used to call student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact, one of their favorite plays, it was called rose stem right or rose stem left, depending on the formation, 28 toss. And 28 toss was their bread and butter.
368! Lead! Move!
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
368! 5-0.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
We got 3. 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Hey, get ready for something coming left. Here you go, 368! 52, 93, 44, 44.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati 1st down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. A 1st down throw coming for Dalton. To the left side here for Eifert. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Go on the ball. On the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Tackle made there by Mason Foster.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Can. 368! Lead! 318! Nice.
Despite only needing one, Dalton to throw. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton. And that is going to be incomplete. Marvin Lewis tries for it, but comes up empty. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Kelly. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll go again with Kelly. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Redskins on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Smith off the bootleg. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They're going to go for it. It's Smith. He rifles one. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Kelly. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And he said, nah, man, he's just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And they'll go on the ground. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. And they'll run it here. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. They'll try and run for it with Kelly. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll pitch it to Kelly. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. first and goal, Kelly. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12.
15, yeah.
They'll give it to him up the middle. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Redskins on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at a third and goal here. Here's Smith. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds like counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep route, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Dalton, first and 10. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. First toss of the game here for the backup Barkley. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's Barkley. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught at the 10. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They've got a first and goal from the 10-yard line. Throwing on first down, Dalton. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. this one through. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And on the ground they go with the running back. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. A gain of 8 and a first down. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Hey, let's settle in. Come on, do this. Hey, on.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Wide open receiver complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Now a play fake here on first down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Preston Brown. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. To throw on 2nd down is Smith. This is caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jeremy Sprinkle from 17 yards out. And the Redskins are going to take the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get
under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Jonathan Allen, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
368!
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zach Brown in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. This is Callan. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The Redskins on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 5. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. And Jay Gruden says, let's go for this thing. They're going to try it here on 4th. Kelly on the toss. Room here to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll hand it off to Kelly, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets him on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run with Kelly, and he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
I certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So this defense gets an assist from the goalpost, and as a result, it's going to keep them within 1 score.
Yeah, that looked to be good the whole way. But that is a big break here in the 4th quarter of a football game. Now your offense needs to find a way to capitalize.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Good.
They'll start here with a give to Mixon, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his offense.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Matt Ioannidis in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Redskins now. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. The 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Washington. Josh Doctson, 78 yards. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw on 2nd down. Dalton. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
We're good. We're good. Lead! Lead!
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. He's picked off near his own 48, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Throwing now, Smith. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson able to get in and run him down for what will be a loss of 15 yards. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Let's go. Let's go.
Smith to throw on 2nd down. He's got his man. This is Doctson. Touchdown, Washington. Josh Doctson with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
They get the conversion, and Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Second down, Dalton. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
52, 93,
A
44,
big play there for
44.
Cincinnati. 42 yards.
Good.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
To throw here, Dalton. And his throw is incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And that will be incomplete as well.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Good.
1st and 10 for Dalton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Smith going to throw it. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end.
Logic and make it a really nice tackle.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no